Good afternoon, gentlemen. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. As always, it's episode number 19. We're back here on the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. And I just wanted to say thank you guys. We're at 250 subscribers right now. You guys are absolutely killing it. You're watching all my videos. It's just so satisfying to see people actually engaging and liking the content. I don't know, it's like a whole new thing. I have so many reasons to play Minecraft, to build these crazy things like Asgard that I would really never think of building before because I really had no motivation to build these things. I was always scared to because I'm like, no, I'm not going to make it work, and then I'm just going to get lazy and I'm not going to finish it. But now I want to finish these projects. I want to make them look good. I want to go into detail and make everything look as good as it possibly can. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Here we go. So I was getting rid of all these floaty blocks in the end, and I wanted to clean all this up for you guys, and I kind of wasn't paying attention to my screen. I fell down. All of my items are gone. They're all in the void. I'm going to have to go build a complete set of armor and all of my tools and everything like that. Hopefully I have some extra stuff laying around. Heading over to the gold farm, we need to grind out some XP, get some levels to enchant up the armor that I don't have. I have a bunch of different random armor sets. None of them are really OP though. I want some good armor that has all the proper enchantments. As for the tools though, I had a spare sword sitting around. I have a shulker box full of pickaxes that I can just use at any point. I had a good shovel. I had a good axe. All of these things are pretty great. I just need that armor. I'm going to grind out some levels quick, enchant some stuff up, and none of this is netherite. I don't have any spare netherite, so we'll have to get that later on. But yeah, I'm going to enchant it up and then we'll get back to work. Alright, so I'm done. I got all the enchantments that I wanted. Feather, Falling Depth Strider for the boots, protection and unbreaking, all of that good stuff, you know, Aqua Infinity, respiration, mending on all of it so it can regenerate at any point. Everything's done. We can get back to work. As I said, some point later on in the episode or in another episode, I'll grind out some netherite, but for now, I'm fine with diamond tools. Alright, so as you can see, we kind of just jumped into the action with that time lapse. I have completely built out this globe. This is the beginning of the Bifrost. It should look really great. On the other side, we have the kind of beginnings. You know, I just did like a quarter of the ball, but this is like the full thing. There's still a bunch of netherrack in here that I have to clear out. Probably going to be working on the interior of this too, so I'm going to finish the exterior and the interior. We have the portal up here. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to access this at this point, but I'll figure that out soon. Anyways, the end island. So I kind of chipped away at this. I was really surprised to see that I left a good amount of layers. There's like 9 or 10 layers here of endstone, maybe even more. I really did think that there was like 3 or 4 at most, so this actually took a pretty long time. I also chipped away at all of the endstone, or not the endstone, the obsidian pillars, so I grinded all of those down. I got all of the floating blocks out of here. This took a long time. I'm recording this video pretty late in the week, but it was a process to say the least. I watched a good amount of movies while chipping away at this, and there's still a lot to go, but I'll be doing this in between other episodes. I don't really need to get rid of it because once we finish the Bifrost, I'm just going to turn around and go to Asgard and then just chip away at this island in the background. Okay, so one thing that's kind of messing with me is this floating portal off in the distance. I'm not really sure how I'm going to cover this up or kind of get around it. I don't know. Maybe I can cover it with black concrete. It's just kind of popping out over there, and it kind of annoys me, but it's not that big of a deal. We'll see what we do with that later. Okay, so unfortunately some of my clips of progress have been corrupted. I can't really show you guys. You'll see in a second. I kind of built these walls around the globe itself. We'll talk about that very soon. But right now, I want to talk about this beam. Now, this is supposed to be the Bifrost beam that summons you to other worlds. And as you can see, I kind of have like a weird base on the bottom here above the globe. It's supposed to be some kind of a cone in the real lore or in the pictures that I've been using to build off of. And I couldn't really execute that cone-like structure in Minecraft. So I just kind of went with this weird base thing. And I also want this beam to go all the way up to build limit. I kind of ran out of glass, so I stopped there, but I think it'll look a lot cooler if it goes up to build limit. It's supposed to be this beam that summons you to other worlds, and right now it doesn't really look like it can accomplish that. Anyways, though, it also kind of fits in lore-wise because we have this portal here that summons you to other worlds. We have this beam that summons you to other worlds. It kind of just fits. It works. But anyways, I also want to get some beacon beams in here. I know that the beams can go through the bedrock, so we can put it somewhere in the middle of this ball globe kind of thing. It'll shine through. If you don't really know what I'm talking about, I'll show you soon. Right now, though, I'm going to keep on working. I'm going to see if I can get one of those clips to get uncorrupted or whatever so I can show you guys the walls of me talking. But yeah, we'll see what I get up to. Okay, so this clip is from the end of the episode, so I obviously didn't manage to fix those corrupted clips, but I just wanted to talk about these walls. I want to throw up a reference picture right here. This is what they're supposed to look like, and honestly, I feel like I've kind of nailed them. I feel like the shape is great. The color is kind of off, but what can you do? It's Minecraft. It's the best attempt I have. Now, I need to add a lot more detail. I want to get some gold blocks in here, but as for the raw shape, I feel like it just works so well. It really does look like the Bifrost, and I'm really happy about that. These are kind of my own creation. They're kind of the arms that rotate this ball. They don't really make sense in the way that they should be rotating, but that's the best I could do. I feel like it works. I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to. Moving on, though, this was kind of just a weird cut because obviously my clips were deleted. Hopefully you guys understand, though. Okay, so moving on into the interior. I know these cuts have been kind of jumbled up. Sorry, I hate when footage gets corrupted, but it happens sometimes. Anyways, though, doesn't this look beautiful? I mean, here's a reference picture. There's supposed to be a sword and a window, and this is Heimdall's sword right here. He uses this to turn on the Bifrost. I didn't come up with this. It's an endstone rod and a, what's this called, an armor stand, and they kind of just sit together. You kind of push them in with a piston, and it really does look like a sword. There's this pedestal here. There's this window that looks out into the galaxy, and obviously the sky texture doesn't really match up. Obviously there's a bunch of random floating endstone blocks and obsidian pillars, but I'll get rid of that one day, hopefully. Anyways, though, the actual room itself is supposed to have like gears on the wall. I can't really mimic that in Minecraft. Trust me, I tried. It didn't work out. It's just too difficult to accomplish. It's very unrealistic for Minecraft standards, especially if it's like a globe and it's not just a wall. So that didn't really work out, but I feel like the main aspects of this room are here. You know, the basis of everything is here. I need to go back and add some more detail, but I think we're going to leave that like it is for now, and I'll come back in another episode. I'm really happy with how this build is turning out. I think it does look iconic, and it really does kind of fit the MCU look, even though the colors are kind of off. I'm really happy with this build. Okay, so obviously this isn't the final product. I just wanted to demonstrate how this beacon beam would work, and it's shining through the bedrock exactly how I wanted it to. Obviously, bedrock has this weird feature where beams shine through it for some reason. I'm not sure why, but when I add a few more beacons and move this beacon up, it should look great. I'm going to leave this for right now. I'm not really going to play around with it until the next episode, so yeah, moving on. Alright, turning around to the original Bifrost. Obviously we never completed this. I got like 1/4 of the globe done, so not really much to destroy here, but I do want to level it. I want to get rid of all of this end stone here and extend out the bridge. I have been using this as my storage room, so there's a bunch of chests and shulker boxes that I'm going to leave here. I don't want to move them around. There's tons of blocks. Anyways, I've been looking at Endermen, and they haven't been attacking me because I have a pumpkin on my head, if any of you were wondering. And I also got rid of that overlay that the pumpkin puts on your face or on your screen by using a texture pack. I'm sure you guys have seen this trick. Anyways, though, let me destroy this building. Okay, so I extended out the bridge by a significant amount. If you stand at the end of the bridge and you turn around, you can't actually see the Bifrost. It falls out of render distance. So when I end up doing a world tour, or when we end up completing this project, I guess I'll crank up my render distance. Right now it's at like 16 or 18, so I could probably crank it to like 24 or 30 so we can see the entirety of the project, the entirety of the bridge, and that should be pretty cool. But for right now, I'm really happy with what we've done today. I think I'm going to jump out of the end. The Bifrost obviously is looking great. I'm sorry again that those clips were kind of corrupted and you can't see them, but just know that I'm happy with the project. Hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully it lines up with what you were envisioning for this build. I know that the orange or the gold isn't really ideal, but again, I think it looks good. I'm really happy with it. Let's jump into the overworld. Alright, so I'm back here in the overworld, and I've been thinking to myself about all these different projects that I want to get started on. And it always comes back to resources. You need resources to build anything in Minecraft. Automatic farms help with that a ton, so I want to build more of those. I want to have everything manufactured in bulk. I just want to have tons of blocks, so whenever I want to start a project, I can just start it. I don't have to collect resources. That's why I have farms like these huge industrial-grade flower farms that produce all of these dyes, so we can make tons of stained glass and different colors of wool. And dyes are just always useful to have, but I have farms like this that are just wasted potential. Thousands of blocks or thousands of flowers per hour can be produced by this farm, but it's the flowers that I don't like. We have this in a plains biome. Obviously, plains biomes only have like a few particular flowers, and it's the boring ones. We have yellow flowers and red flowers, but we can just bone meal 2 high flowers. There's like the poppies and the rose bushes. We can just get both of those dye colors. So what I want to do is, fortunately enough, we have a flower forest biome over here with tons of different flower varieties. Eventually, the goal is to have a flower farm that produces every single color dye, or at least the flower dyes that you can get. Obviously, green is from cactuses and stuff like that. You guys get what I mean. I want to have farms that produce every block in the game, or at least the blocks that can be collected, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I want to build that exact same farm. I'm going to tear it down, use all the same resources from that farm, and build it over here in this flower forest. I'm going to find a spot, and then we're going to build it up. Shouldn't take too long, shouldn't be too much work, but I want to make it look pretty. That one was obviously pretty ugly and industrial and just in the middle of nowhere. I think this one we're going to hide in a mountain or something like that. I'm going to get started, and then I'll be back with you guys. I don't understand why we don't have a tool in Minecraft that allows us to insta-mine glass. I feel like if you have silk touch on an axe or a shovel or a pickaxe or anything really, you should just be able to insta-mine glass. It's so ridiculous to me how tedious this task is. Okay, so I harvested all the resources from that farm. It's completely gone. We still have a few chests laying around here, and I need to do a little bit of terraforming just to make this area look a little bit more natural. But that's basically it. I'm going to take all of those resources and go build the farm in the flower forest. Alright, so I found a location that I like. It's going to be this cliff face design where you just fly in and then you're in this room where you have the storage room and an AFK spot. You'll be able to see the farm. It's going to be all encased in glass. It should be a pretty big hole because the farm itself is pretty big, and if you're curious on the design, it's by Il Mango. I'll probably link it down in the description. It's a 1.14.4 design, but it does work in the most recent version of Minecraft, so I'm going to go ahead and build this up. Alright, so a quick progress update. This is the rough size of the room. Maybe I'll extend it a little bit farther into the back, but the height is kind of accurate. I'm not exactly sure what kind of materials I'm going to be using to build this farm or this room out of, but I am going to encase it in black glass, so I'm going to get to work on the redstone and the farm portion, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the farm itself is functional. It should all be working. I haven't tested it yet, but I'll do that in a bit. Anyways, though, I need to build like a chest array right now and an item elevator to get these items going up. I think I'm going to switch those hoppers out for water, though, like a water stream. I think that's a little bit more simple. Anyways, though, I'm going to do a little bit more work. Okay, so the farm isn't working. For some reason, these pistons aren't activating. I have no idea why. I think it's something to do with the redstone back there, so I'm going to take a look and see if I can fix it. Yeah, okay, I realize what the problem is. I just need a piece of redstone dust right there, and it should, yep, there, okay, it's working now. Okay, so I realized that it's still not working. I actually forgot to add a layer of black glass here. It's supposed to be here so it can suck up all of the flowers, and I just kind of missed it because of my connected textures. I thought I put this glass here, but I didn't, so I'm just adding that quickly. Okay, so I replaced all of these hoppers with a water stream now. It's going to lead into an item elevator, and then that item elevator is going to lead into a chest array where we can store all of the flowers. As you can see, the theme I'm going for is kind of this industrial, kind of futuristic modern design using this gray terracotta, or I think it's gray terracotta. Is it? What's that other one called? The one where you combine cactus and blue. Cyan terracotta, that's what it's called. I also have some of these light blue stripped logs. I forgot what those are called. I really do not have an idea of what any item in this game is called, I guess. I've been playing it for so long, I don't know. All these new blocks confusing to me. It's cyan clay to me, and it's light blue stripped log. Anyways, though, I'm kind of going for a futuristic design, but I'm also going to add some kind of naturalistic vibes, you know, some flowers and a cave vibe like I usually do everywhere. This tunnel back here is going to lead to this power switch. I'm probably going to have some kind of pistons that retract some of those blue logs in this corner right here. It should look pretty cool. I don't know. I'm going to do a bit more work, and then we'll see where I get to. Alright, so I went ahead and finished the entire place, so I think it's looking pretty good. It kind of meshes this modern vibe with the really nice pristine floors and carpets, and then we have the cyan terracotta, and then I do have like this cave vibe going. Obviously it's in the side of a cave, so it kind of looks very natural. It has a bunch of natural ceilings because I use stone and stuff like that. I have leaves spammed everywhere. I think its outside footprint is also very subtle and nice. You know, it's kind of just this random chunk of, you know, blocks that have been mined out, and it's this cave entrance, but then you enter and it kind of looks modernified. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm a big fan. The farm is working. Everything is functioning properly. Flowers are being funneled into the chest. I have a bunch of random blocks in here. That's kind of why I got those two words confused. Anyways, though, I'm 100% happy with this project. It's going to produce many different kinds of flowers for me. I'm happy that it's in a flower forest. Let's move on to something else. Alright, we're back in the village that we've been working on for the past, I don't even know how many episodes. We're obviously coming to a close, almost done. In the previous episode, we built these 2 houses. We still have a few houses. We have like 2 up here, 3 over here. I don't really want to build any houses right now, though. What I want to do is add detail to the previously existing stuff that we have. So this wall right here, I want to add some leaves, some andesite cobblestone, make it look a little bit more natural, a little bit more detailed and interesting. I also want to go around adding different things on these item frames, different things that we're selling. Overall, I just want to look up some kind of YouTube video or go on Google and look at some inspiration of small things we can add, like crates with fire in them or wagons or something like that, just to make this place look a little bit more atmospheric, a little bit more alive and lived in. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then we'll see what I come up with. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of went around here and added various things in these item frames. We have some meat cooking right here. I think this is pretty cool. I got this from Grian, another YouTuber. If you've never heard of him, I'm sure you have. We have a bunch of these crates here burning some fire, just adding atmosphere, adding things. We have a wagon here that's kind of chugging along some hay blocks, and there's not really a horse there. Maybe we'll add one in the future. Maybe it's just kind of stationed there. Anyways, the wall I still have to do, so I'm going to do that really quick. It shouldn't take too long, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I finished adding detail to the wall, just adding those little dots of cobblestone and andesite and leaves, and I changed some of the flowers on the base here. We have some berry bushes. We have some of the flowers that we just got from the farm that we built. Overall, just adding this little bit of detail makes everything look so much better. I feel like I've paid attention to detail, and that's always a great thing. There's always something to look at. It feels complete. It feels finished. It doesn't feel boring. It doesn't look boring, so that's great. The final thing I want to do in this episode is build up a house. Now we have about 5 or 6 to go, and I'm just going to build one this episode. I'm going to time-lapse it. I just want to chill out, relax, and build up a house. So here we go. I'm not sure if this one's going to be a store. I think it's just going to be a regular house, so enjoy the time-lapse. And another house added to the collection, so I believe we only have about 4 or 5 houses to go, and we'll probably finish that in the next 2 or 3 episodes. And then we can move on to the upper area, the other side of this village, and pretty excited to get to work on that. I feel like when this village is complete and this castle's here and we add some more detail to the castle and completely finish the castle, this entire area is going to look really, really cool. Anyways, gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry about those clips at the beginning being corrupt. I know it might have been a little bit hard to follow, but hopefully you guys stuck through it. I'm really happy with the work that we got done today. We did some detail work in this village. We got the flower farm moved. We worked on the Bifrost. That's almost complete. Asgard is kind of shaping up to be an epic monumental project, and I haven't even started it. So obviously, a lot of my time was wasted mining that end island. That's unfortunate, but I promised I would do it off camera. I'm going to be mining away and chipping away at that entire island off camera whenever I have extra time, but we're not going to focus on that anymore. It's kind of boring to me. I don't want to show you guys progress updates of me mining endstone. It's just not exciting content to me. I want to be building creative things, so that's what we're going to be focusing on in the next episode. We're probably going to be finishing up this village over here, or at least getting close to finishing it up, and then finally starting the terraforming of Asgard. We're going to be building some mountains, the main structure, the bridge is almost done. We're going to collect a bunch of sandstone. It should be epic. Hopefully you guys stick around. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys.